radio microphone.
What is a microphone, you might ask? Well, let me tell you what a microphone is. A microphone, colloquially called a mic, is a transducer that converts sound into an electrical signal. Microphones are used in many applications, such as telephones, hearing aids, public address systems for concert halls and public events, motion picture production, live and recorded audio engineering, sound recording, two-way radios, megaphones, and radio and television broadcasting.
Motion picture cast.
Gotta do my holy shit, it's already heating up in this room. But you can't beat this vibe. It's got a good vibe. You set the mood good. Good mood, man. Oh yeah. There's a fly in here. This room is contaminated. You've seen all of Breaking Bad, right?
Yes.
And it's the greatest show ever made, right?
No.
See, the one show that I do like, every show you talk about, you're like, oh, this is the greatest show I've ever seen in my life. And the one show that I do like, you say you don't like it. Why
I didn't say I don't like it.
Oh,
you just said it's the greatest show ever, and I
did you think it
disagree.
was a good show?
It's a fucking awesome
Oh,
show,
okay,
but
great.
it's not the greatest show ever.
What is the greatest show ever?
That's impossible. That's a
MASH?
stupid.
Some people think that, and I really want to get into MASH for that reason, but I have
I
never...
might. I put it in my top 10.
MASH?
Probably.
I can hear the theme in my head. It reminds me of childhood.
When I was a kid, when I heard that theme, I would be angry because it meant MASH was on.
Yeah, I would get angry
hated
too.
that fucking show.
Me too.
But now as an adult, I'm like, oh, I miss.
I would
my
hear it and
Opa.
I would have to like leave the room.
Yeah,
It's just,
it's like the news.
it's
theme.
depressing.
When the news came on and MASH came on, I was like, fuck. Opa.
I was bored hearing the theme. The theme song of MASH made me bored.
Yes, absolutely. And Cheers. Cheers was one of those too. But now,
But
I'm
it
like,
has a
Cheers
great
is
theme
awesome.
song. That theme song, I always liked that theme song.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking awesome. That show is probably in my top 10 too. Cheers. Have you watched it?
No.
Oh, bro.
That was another show like MASH where I was like, this looks boring. But
Oh,
I know.
fuck. Redo it. Go back. Lose the fear and go back.
I know as an adult, it seems like a show that I would like, but it's very white. That's my only problem
Yes,
with
it's
it.
very
Did any
white.
black people ever come into the... did any brown people
Well,
come into
no.
the bar? I would be very surprised if there was a brown person on Cheers. And brown
Yeah.
guys like to go to the
I'm
bar,
not. No, they love to go to the bar like any
I
other
don't.
person.
but a lot of them do.
Some. What is that?
I just know a lot of brown guys that like to go to the bar.
Well, so does a lot of guys just like to go to
I know,
bars
but
in
I'm
general.
talking specifically about brown
But
dudes.
what do you say?
You want to get going?
All right, yeah, let's do this.
You got your...
Yeah,
thing?
of course I do. Shit.
Well then, Eric, what do you want to talk about this week?
Same thing we talk about every week, Amir. Why the fuck is it called cauliflower rice? It's just fucking cauliflower.
Live to tape from Vancouver, it's Eric's Living Room, a show best listened to in the nude, featuring Amir Ali. And now, the man who still hasn't paid me for voicing these intros, here is your host, Eric Chapman.
Welcome to the living room. I am Eric. He is Amir.
I have strong feelings about cauliflower rice.
What do you... How so?
First of all, I've never had it. And the reason I've never had it is because,
Is it
to
called
your
rice?
point, it's fucking stupid.
Are you serious?
Why are we having cauliflower rice? Like,
It's just cauliflower busted up into small...
yeah, you just put cauliflower into a blender, basically.
Exactly. You shouldn't call it... We don't need to call it rice. We have rice.
Have you had cauliflower rice?
Yeah.
And
It's cauliflower. It's great. I love cauliflower.
cauliflower's underrated.
You know what I just do? I take some nuts. What is this specific nut?
Peanut.
I can't remember.
Oh.
And then I just jam a lemon on top of my cauliflower head and rub it.
It makes me uncomfortable when
And
you
then
do
you
that.
and then you tent it with some tin foil. And it has a little steam stovepipe.
Okay. This is getting too advanced for me.
Stovepipe.
Sounds like very
And-
Heisenberg shit.
And then you cook it in that. And you lemon steam it. It's
Okay.
fucking delightful. What do you don't like my food?
I don't know. It sounded really complicated, and I stopped
It's
listening
very-
to what you were saying. Like, wait, what is he talking about?
All I said was put a lemon on a cauliflower.
Lemon on a cauliflower.
That's not complicated.
It's been a while since I've cooked with cauliflower.
It's been a while since you cooked with your brain.
How's your mental health?
My self-esteem is still down. Not focused. Last week I mentioned I have low self-esteem. And yeah, it's just not getting up. I was doing some work and I can't get the I'm good at something feeling. What are you looking at? Are you checking that the film's going?
Yeah, I was just a little paranoid.
Are you paranoid? Did you check them both?
Yep.
Okay, we're good?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Sorry,
so
continue.
right in the middle of my self-esteem, I'm sharing my feelings and you just
I
get
just
up
leave.
and fucking...
I'm done. No.
But no, it's,
I just want to make sure they don't miss your self-esteem.
I know.
That's all.
Thank you. It's for the show. Just ignore me more. Everyone that's watching is ignoring me too. So let's be real. This is not a new thing. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just working on it. Just trying to tell myself that I'm good. And I got some good news from Radioland the other day that helped with that. But how about you? How are you doing? We'll get to that in a sec.
Well, just on your self-esteem stuff, like, is it, because I struggle with that a lot, and does it come from worrying too much about what other people are thinking about you? Or is it just how you view yourself?
It's more just how I view myself, I think.
Yeah.
A little, I'm not, like, I'd like to say for the most part I don't care what people think about me, but I will be honest that, yeah, definitely what people think about me.
That's
a part
always
of it.
impacted me. I know people always say don't care about like what other people think.
Yeah,
but
and I preach that to high heaven,
really
but
hard.
still, that doesn't mean it's not a battle for me. Like, yeah, it's still hard. But yeah, that's it. And it is slowing me down in my professional life because I can't get work done because I like to get into a mood because we work in the creative business, and it's like writer's block. And this affects it, self-esteem and how you're feeling. But I'm able to work through it and power to the people.
That relates very much to where I'm at with my my mind right now. And we were kind of talking about it before we started recording, but like a lot of it is related to what other people think about me, and it's that whole idea of imposter syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
We were both reflecting on how we worked on a very popular radio show in Vancouver. And yeah, it was literally one of the top shows in the city for ratings. A lot of people were listening to us. And now, being like 3 years removed from that, like literally last week was my 3-year mark at my
Has it been 3 years for you?
3 years.
Get the F out of here.
Since I've left Vancouver Radio.
And you left directly to the Daily Hive.
Yeah.
Dang, man, that's a long time ago now. Okay, because it hasn't been 2 yet for me since I left radio, and
you were there a bit
basically
longer.
that role. Yeah.
And yeah, I was just reflecting on how Eric and I were a huge reason why that show was so great. And yeah, I have imposter syndrome following me everywhere because I can't identify with that success as if I had a big reason for it. And I did, but I can't accept that.
Yeah, that's interesting because that's the one thing lately, and that's what I was referring to, is that's been keeping me up. And I don't take any joy in, people having a tough time in it at all. And I'm not celebrating the tough time. But there is some satisfaction when you see certain things happening that you left.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was at a certain point. And since the departure, as you're speaking of, it's not what it was when it comes to certain aspects of it. And so I've been taking some pride in exactly that and thinking, they miss us. Yeah. They miss what we did. And I take the missing of the audience and I make that the positive I pull from it, not the downfall of anything, but that part, like, oh, they were listening. They did and that makes me feel good.
Yeah, if I was a listener who was listening when we were, at our height, which was a lot of like the whole last year of that show, basically.
Yeah.
I would be sad if we left and I was a regular listener and suddenly that people used to say, it was like a fun place to just hang out, just put on, and it would feel like they were in the room with us kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I do think that's sort of what we're trying to do here too, right?
Yeah, trying to. That's why we called it such a basic title too, just hanging out. Yeah, and like radio, we've had the shitty radio news more this week about the Peak coming back. The radio station locally in Vancouver was a flagship station. Everybody loved it. Jocks were always great. Music was great. My teacher, Peter Shad, was, I think, the first
I
jock.
love Peter Shad.
and Carmen Cruz were the morning show, who's a good friend. And yeah, this station, and then 2 years ago, they're like, oh, we're going to take it totally off the air, and they fire everyone on the station, including the morning show, who had just arrived. Like, how long were they there? I don't know. A year? I don't even want to say a year. And they're like, we're only going online or only on the HD channel, which even explaining how to get onto HD radio is just convoluted and stupid.
I don't think I ever have. I think when I have, it's very finicky. Switches off of it a lot. You
and
have
then
to be
even
in,
the
perfect
commercials,
reception.
it's like, 99.3 the Fox on HD2 channel 6. It's like this. It's like, what?
Wait,
can I just have it on the radio? Like, what are you guys doing? And then they try to go online. And then the other day, they're like, oh, the peak's back. Magically, it's back after a 2-year experiment to go online. And it's like, you fucking sons of bitches. You're playing with people's lives and careers and all this stuff for an experiment now it is? Or was it your failure in the boardroom? And it's so frustrating to see.
Are we in HD radio?
Yes.
Are we?
We're in HD.
How do you listen to Eric's Living Room on HD radio?
No, we're not on HD radio.
Fuck, man. I just ruined my day.
Anyways, my rant's over.
Do you want to talk about porn?
Yeah, sure. I don't want to watch porn. Do you ever watch porn with other guys?
What? No.
Yeah.
No, never.
Apparently,
not that there's anything wrong with that, if I don't know.
That's a thing. Like,
I have heard of people doing that.
Yeah, guys like,
yeah.
and I'm not talking about men who like men. I'm talking about like growing up and like sitting around with like
Seems
friends
like a very
and
sort
watching.
of
That's weird to me. I've never done that.
Weird thing to do.
Yeah, it's a weird adolescent thing to do. What do you want to tell? You want to watch some porn? Should we put some on the screen?
No, I think what we.
Do you have a favorite porn star?
I don't think so. No, we were kind of reflecting on this off the air and just how, I don't know. It does seem to play a prominent role in men's mental health specifically. There's conversations about how it like it might inhibit your ability to have normal sexual relations with a woman. And
yeah.
obviously, mentally, it can make you feel, I don't know, inferior in some ways, depending on how you visualize it.
You see the sex in porn is usually like intense.
Yeah.
And like these guys are performing and they're like, these people are performing that's just it. They're performing. And so everybody compares themselves to that and they think these bodies look a certain way and it's less this is perfect body with this perfect vagina or genital area.
Yeah, I think it creates unfair expectations.
Yeah.
And that makes me think about like just walking down the street sometimes and even just seeing like an advertisement, like a perfume advertisement, for example, or cologne, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like a photo of like a really ripped dude wearing boxers for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
In a cologne ad.
Fuck him.
And I know it's just an ad, but honestly, sometimes even that plays a role in my mind sometimes. It's just about my own self-image.
Are you kidding me? I feel like a gross asshole because of stuff like that all the time. Like I'm like, my body's gross. I'm lanky. I have a hairy chest. I should be more defined.
Women like hairy chests.
I know, but
you should be more defined.
Again, I should be more defined. I'm saying that. Does it affect how you eat and stuff? Like,
yeah.
Do you think of that? Are you like, I don't want to be obese, so I don't.
I don't think I have a very good relationship with food, honestly. Because my mental health state, that's usually the first thing that it impacts. And you've talked about it too, where like you went to that trip to Alberta and you didn't eat for like 2 days, you said.
Oh my God, yeah,
because
the anxiety. I'm so stressed. I don't eat.
Yeah, that happens to me too.
Yeah.
And that sort of stuff, like the body image stuff, that definitely. Yeah, like if I already don't feel great about myself and I go home and I see something that triggers me that way, I'm gonna probably not eat.
But then I beat myself up for doing that. It's like I get both ends of the barrel to myself. I'm like, oh, I'm not eating, and then I'm like, oh, you gotta eat. It's like, oh, well, but you look good, so who cares? But then it's like, oh, that's stupid. What do you mean look good? There's no like, what is fat? Like, come on, this is ridiculous. And then I get in this whole conversation because I mostly talk to myself all the time. And so
Like
yeah,
out
that's
loud?
where
Do you actually speak words out loud?
oh,
when you talk to
I'm
yourself?
getting worse
Really?
at it. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
getting
no.
worse, way worse.
That
Yeah.
would creep me out. Do you do it around your partner? Or only when you're alone?
No, I do it. Oh no, around her too. Yeah, mostly sing and
Have I
like
ever
to
talked
make
to
dumb.
myself?
I've been starting to. Usually, I hold back on like the poop songs and things like that. But they
Oh.
busted.
Has
loose
she
the other
heard
day.
your dumb songs?
No, not yet.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. She might. She watches the podcast. She watches every. Hi, Leslie.
Oh.
She watches every episode.
Oh, thanks.
She likes us.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
She seems cool.
Yeah, she's okay.
She's probably too good for you.
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? Yes. Fuck. God, you're too good for me. For God, and you're
No,
garbage.
Wow.
You're garbage.
What do you have me in on your phone as again?
Amir dickbag.
Not fuck bag? Dick
No,
bag?
dick bag.
Dick bag. I
A
think I
bag of
told a
dicks.
friend that you have me in as a mere fuck bag.
Oh no,
I
get it
don't know
right,
what's
man.
worse.
That's mean.
I don't know what's
The
worse.
dick bag's nice. You're just a bag of dicks.
Do you remember when you set me that as? Was it back in the day?
Like the minute you went my phone.
Wow.
So
That's
like
years ago.
7 years. I don't know.
Oh
Whatever
my
it would have
God.
been. But yeah, back to
Wow.
porn. I don't.
Back to porn.
I regulate my porn for the exact reason you said, because I know how powerful it is.
Powerful.
And it's super power. Porn is powerful, man. When you get into like there's been parts of my life when I've been watching porn every day. There's no question. Like I'm just a regular human and we fall prey to this sort of stuff. And hell yeah. Come on. It's awesome. It is. But again, it's not real. And nothing in reality is like that. And actually, even when I watch porn, I like more realistic, like
well, I was gonna
more
say
woman oriented porn or female oriented porn, where it's like
totally
soft and more lovemaking.
No, when that's what I was gonna get at
Yeah,
was
yeah.
I think it is demonized to some degree.
It
Even
is.
talking about it with you here,
Totes,
with
good
people
point.
watching,
Good point.
feels a little bit like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But everyone watches it.
I mean,
Let's
I just
get
did say that I love it.
No matter what I've had girlfriends that have lied to me about watching. Then I find out that they do watch. I'm
Is
like,
that right?
why
Why are you
hide
lying?
it? It's
Don't
fine.
shave your mustache and don't lie. Sorry,
Don't
I saw
shave
that
your
video.
mustache. I
There's
know.
this great video of this guy with this huge facial hair.
facial
He's like,
mustache,
ladies,
as opposed to a
of a
body mustache.
don't you do a mustache
I don't
right
wanna
here
Talk about that
on
part
the,
of you.
the brim?
No.
Just a smiley face. And he's like, ladies,
Even teenies looking at you like, man, shut up.
don't shave your mustache. Just leave it.
But what I was going to say was, there's a lot of people out there that
was
are
explaining
creating
the video.
content that's healthy,
Mhm.
that's consensual, that's realistic.
Yeah.
And, these people deserve some applaud from everyone that watches them in secret.
Yes. In secret. Yeah, we shouldn't
Yeah.
watch in secret. Porn's okay to watch. Sex work is work. Work is sex work. That's sex work, isn't it? You're
It
getting
feels
paid to
good
have
to
sex.
talk about it. It feels good to talk about it.
Good. You
Yeah.
know that there's a porn training facility in Vancouver, down in Gastown.
Like train you how to do porn?
They train you how to do porn. So what this part of the training is, I watched a documentary.
Do they make you like a group project?
You think of it.
You show them the porn you made?
You think of it.
There's no way.
They do it.
I don't believe that.
That's how you get in.
You
have
show
to
them your
submit.
porn.
You have to submit. And then you get picked. And then there's so one of the scenarios
You think you get
is-
picked?
No, I'm
Yeah.
disgusting. I'm not. No one wants to see me naked. That's awful. So there's 5 guys in this boot camp. It's like a porn boot camp, and each guy has a lady in front of him or whoever in front of him, and the goal is to get as closest to 8 minutes,
Like
and
last
as soon as
8 minutes?
no, and release on closest to 8 minutes. So you need to finish and on time. So it's like a lot of pressure, and there's a lot of people in the room, and that's the thing. It's like that's one of the things. And she's like, "This is my first test, one of these," and you really wean out the guys who can and can't do it.
That sounds like a fun challenge.
Because it's like on a porn set, that's what it is. It's like
that's the part that would get to me. It's like
Yeah.
the public or the audience.
Yeah.
The pressure of
that's
that would
what it
be
is for everyone, of
a
course.
little bit weird.
But if the director says, "Hey, we need to end the scene," you have to end the scene. And in order to do that, it has to be the final shot.
I mean, I guess the people that would be maybe more in the majority of doing stuff like this would be people that are maybe wanting to use sex for money, like become sex workers and figure out the best way to do it professionally and that kind of thing. I'm sure people do it for their own enjoyment.
No,
as well.
no, it's like serious people that want to get in the porn industry.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what it
yeah,
is.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
very, it's not a joke. You can't just get in there. It's not for every Joe. You have to pass a test, and they have to show, like I said, you have to show a video.
I'm sorry, what are they called again?
What?
Where are they?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. It's in Gastown. I'll say that. Yeah. In a very public, like you'd be like, oh, it's right there. You're like, oh, damn. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, regulate it, and it's good to watch porn.
And that's what they say, like everything in moderation kind of thing. This is no different.
Yeah. But definitely it can take over your life. Oh, man.
Yeah, someone that just come back from war, like, oh man.
Oh, man.
I've been in the trenches with porn.
Well, I mean, sometimes, dude, when you're a young man, young person developing sexually, and you find porn, like the first porn I remember finding would have been
stories about
in,
that.
I don't know, I lived in Calgary, so it was before grade school. So like kindergarten, and we were walking home with my brother and his friend, and we walked through this bush on the way home, and this friend tripped over this box, and in this box was a stack of Playboys. And porn used to come in magazines, everyone. And so it was like this, someone buried a box of porn there for like 3 weeks. Every day after kindergarten, we go and just look at the magazines and be like, yeah, we're going to the porn spot. And then eventually it disappeared one day. But yeah, that was my
you
first
said
experience.
It just like that, too.
Yes. It's my porn experience, man.
I think I'll tell this story because it's just so fucked up.
Yeah, tell it.
Maybe not fucked up. It's just so comical.
Go.
When I was... So I have 2 older brothers. My oldest brother was known to have some habits, quote unquote. And there was one day that I went into his bedroom and found a VHS tape. And you're not finding porn back there, are you?
Yeah, I am.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Man,
And so I'm really young. I don't know what porn is at this point in my life.
And let's remind people your childhood. Like you were
It's very sheltered.
And as a Muslim
Yeah.
Boy that was very sheltered, very much that sort of community vibe.
So I found this tape, and I decided to go into the living room and put it in the VCR and press play on it. And I see these images. I don't know what to make of it because I'm just a kid. And my mom walks into the room. And she catches me watching my brother's porn tape. And she didn't get mad at me because she obviously knew that I wouldn't have been mine. I was like 6 or 7 years
that's
old.
awesome.
Just crazy.
Awesome.
But he got in major trouble for that.
That's
So what do you got there?
awesome. Did you ever hear your parents having sex?
I don't want to talk about it.
You did? Me
No,
too.
I don't.
So I was at the farm of my mom's boyfriend. His name was Sam.
Oh no, we don't have to say his name.
And yeah, no, it's
getting
fine.
Too
It's
real.
fine.
Getting too real.
And I also learned how to drive a stick shift and how to slaughter a cow with this man.
Oh, why you gotta tell
And
me?
we were hanging out, my friend Brody and my brother were sleeping one night, and we all heard it, and we're like, oh. And so we turned up
no.
the Weird Al tape real loud and fell asleep.
No.
But this is porn. This isn't actually porn. It's a Penthouse forum. And so Penthouse used to have the forum magazine where it's just articles. And I think it's this episode. On the cover is Andy Warhol. And in this one, there's a 75-year-old writer, a white male, who's talking about how he talked to a lesbian. And he told her about the lesbian Luger, which is this. This is the move. And it's just hilarious to think of the time getting sex advice from this guy. Like this, you should see the picture of him. It's like, that guy's giving me sex about how to get women? Anyways, yeah. Porn used to come in magazines. And I got those at an estate auction.
There's not actually anything like X-rated in here, though. There's no stories.
There's stories. That's it. There's no
explicit language.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really neat. What year is this from? I guess it would say here,
70s.
1981.
80s, yeah. I got 70s through the 80s. A big
Andy
stack.
Warhol on the cover. Forum. Do they still make this? No. Wow. And see, man,
And interesting too. Penthouse is considered more graphic and sexual than Playboy.
And I feel like we've regressed in some ways. If we had magazines like this back in the day that put sex on the forefront and made it comfortable to talk about, and man, that sucks.
All right.
Well, what do you want to talk about next week, Eric?
Same thing we talk about every week, Amir. I have fruit flies.
Fuck, man. What's wrong with you?
It's gross.
I don't have fruit flies. Sucker. I haven't had fruit flies in a long time.
But you've had them.
Yeah, but I'm an adult now.
I'm an adult now.
Boy, am I glad that's over. Eric's Living Room was filmed live to tape in Eric's living room. Written, directed, and produced by Eric and Amir. For Eric's Living Room, I am Abby DeForest. Please send help. A Teeny Turner production.